Hello everybody. Welcome to your weekly messages for May 3rd to the 9th of 2020. This is good for all signs. We're just going to be tapping into whatever we need to know this week. So as always, I'm going to start with the oracle cards, but take a moment to subscribe to this channel if you haven't already. Make sure you check me out on Instagram at Onyx Healing. And check out the description box for all of the good stuff that I have to offer. And first thing coming up for everybody is Sanctuary. Good for you. It seems you've earned some time away from the chaos of life. It could be as small as a bubble bath or as big as a trip, or maybe it's a small trip to a big bubble bath or a normal sized trip to a tiny bubble bath, or maybe you tripped and fell into someone's bath. Whatever it is, it's waiting for you with open arms. Just pick your favorite sanctuary and unplug for a bit, especially if a bath is involved. This is about creating your own sanctuary. This is encouraging you to find the peace, find the calm amidst the chaos. Like, that's something that I really see this as helping you with, because you want to keep in mind that if you are just staying in a chaotic state and that's all you do, just stay in the chaotic state, stay in the chaotic state, stay in the chaotic state, that's not actually helping. That's really not doing anything for you, which is why you want to find a pocket of peace, find a pocket of sanctuary, or create some type of stillness for yourself by any means necessary. And that's going to be really helpful and supportive this week. If you've been feeling burnt out, stressed out, overwhelmed, it's kind of like find your way back into something to give yourself some additional support so that you can actually feel your best. It's kind of like that's the goal here, is just you feeling your best. And then we also have hiding. Yeah, so there's a big contraction that's happening. The hiding is kind of like you're shutting everything out. But the question is, like, are you hiding from emotional processing, right? That can be kind of an issue if you're not addressing whatever emotions are coming up to be processed. So you want to take care of that if that's what this is all about. Or this could be, a need to retreat, a need to go within yourself, create the sanctuary. These two things might be playing together. Otherwise, I think some of you might be trying to bypass the emotional processing, because a lot of the time when we're overwhelmed, it's like, this is too much to deal with, so I'd rather hide from it than actually address the way I'm feeling, which is just a human being thing that we do. So make sure that you find a way to create a container for yourself to do some processing this week, and I think that's going to bring you some relief. And then, what else do we have going on this week? Consistency. Hold space for a sustainable vision. Find supportive rituals. Again, everything here is pointing to containers, rituals, some type of processing and giving to yourself. Being a source of your own support is going to be helpful this week. Attract co-creators through the power and devotion of your enduring action. Persistence is required. This is not overnight. This is something that is taking time to build and create. I'm going to pull another one for you. I feel like we need two of these today. Recreate. Take a break. It will be there when you return. Try a fresh start. The results might surprise you. Genius requires action and rest to be made manifest. So you're needing both of these things this week. Action and rest. Finding the sanctuary and doing the emotional processing. So on and so forth. The Seeker. Ooh, this is a really transformative card. I think, if I remember correctly, this is a bonus card. This isn't actually corresponding to anything that's normally in tarot or a major arcana card. just so you know. But there's like a portal. So for some of you, this is going to be manifestation. For some of you, this is just going to be a reflection of how much is transforming for you at this time. Like you're kind of in between worlds right now. There's major changes that are taking place. There's a lot in the quantum that you're not able to see quite yet that's transforming. So you want to transcend the material this week. It's going to be really profound if you do that. This is a great time to meditate, get into a meditative state, whatever that looks like for you, because it's like the answers, all of the things that you're seeking are in that unknown space. Okay. It's a powerful week if I've ever seen one. What else do we have? What's shifting out? Ace of Pentacles. So I think you already made an ask or initiated something. It's kind of like that's already been done. So now you're either in building an astral mode or you are in integration mode. I think that those are the two things coming up here. This week does not seem to be about starting new projects. That's actually something that's already shifted out. This is about consistency, right? Maybe taking a break, creating a sanctuary, doing whatever you need to do, and it's going to vary from person to person. So just tune into yourself, but I don't think that this is necessarily a good initiation week. Don't let my saying that stop you from starting things if you've already planned on doing that, but it really looks like there's deep work happening here. And then the oncoming energy is Temperance. See, it's the balance, it's coming into equilibrium with your flow. When do you rest? When do you work? When do you exert energy? It's all about the ebbing and flowing of that process. So you're coming into that balance, I see, just as far as the oncoming energy goes. And Eight of Pentacles. So this is showing me, like with the consistency card, it's like persistence is required. Keep showing up for it. Don't stop. Don't stop, especially if you're feeling discouraged or uncertain. It's like, no, that's actually the time to double down on it, you know, and do the energetic work, focus on the feelings. And we also have the Five of Clubs. So this is going to be about conflict internally, as I just mentioned. If you're experiencing resistance, if you're experiencing friction, that's completely normal. Like that, if you're working on something, if you're building something, it's okay if you're having the internal dialogue of how is it going to happen, or oh no, I'm not sure if I can do it. That's okay, right? I'm not going to tell you that that's bad, because then I would say just being a human is bad. That's not the case. But just remind yourself that whatever challenges you're facing, keep working through them, keep applying yourself, keep being persistent, make modifications along the way, troubleshoot, adjust, but lean into the friction. If you're in a big growth period where you're trying to evolve and expand and you're brushing up against some friction, that's okay, because there's wisdom in that. So enjoy this process for everything that it's doing for you. If you are getting burnt out by the material world, which you might be, you need to lean into energetics more. So focus on the energetics if you're struggling with mindset. Focus on the energetics if you don't know how to do something or what the next step is. You need to fall back into energetics, and I think that is the core of the week. If you're feeling stumped, don't throw in the towel. It's about continuing to go. You're going to get back into equilibrium, but you need to really emphasize the energetics this week. The processing, confronting the emotions, addressing what needs to be addressed, creating a sanctuary, and let that carry you this week. Ooh, okay. How funny. So the new moon is what's happening here. Let me clarify this card. And we all know we have a full moon on the 7th, if I remember correctly. And this is like the Knight of Pentacles. So a lot of building, this is looking to me like the material world is where the overwhelm is going to be coming from, which is why this entire thing started with You want to transcend the material. You want to go above that and around that, because it's like if you over-identify with current circumstances, you're going to lose some of that magic. You're going to miss out on what you have the ability to create. And that's kind of where you want to do some extra lifting, extra work this week, just for your own well-being. And I think this is probably a good week to set intentions, like get clear, because the new moon, when I think of the new moon, I think of new seeds being planted. So if you're getting really, really crystal clear on maybe what you're asking for or what you want to experience, and you're doing a lot of energetic work, that's actually a great space to set intentions from, is when you're in a really aligned energetic state, and then continuing to get back into that energetic state over and over and over again, making that a practice. And the Knight of Pentacles is just reminding you that that's where the effort can really be given. That is where you want to be persistent, is in getting your energy right, getting it right, taking care of it. And so if you're able to do that this week, you're gonna feel a lot better. But it's like, address the energetics. That's the main takeaway for each of you. And let's do a 3-card pick. So you can pick a card, any card, ask a question, whatever you're needing. Card number 1, we have the 5 of Swords. Now, my personal interpretation of the 5 of Swords is the end of a struggle. So I quite like the 5 of Swords for that reason, because it's about you no longer have to give effort with whatever is either weighing really heavily on your plate or what is taking up too much energy, and you're not really getting anything out of it. So pay close attention to where you're putting in a lot of energy, but you don't get anything out of it, and it doesn't feel good. It's not your zone of genius, or it's not the type of relationship that you want to give energy to, or it's not the type of friendship that you want to give energy to, or whatever. Evaluate and then decide if that's actually what you want to keep giving yourself to. So you might just organically not have to give something energy and you can walk away peacefully, or you actively make a decision, I'm no longer going to give this energy. Card number 2, we have the 4 of Swords. Don't be afraid to rest. Don't be afraid of that. Don't be afraid to do more of the energetic work this week and kind of relax into the transition. Don't beat yourself up if you're not giving tons and tons and tons of energy. Okay, you might actually just need to take a break, and that's okay. Show up in a way that feels good. Focus more on what you're bringing into showing up rather than the amount of energy you're expending, and that's going to be like the defining factor there. Card number 3, we have the 8 of Cups. So your perspective is changing. I think there's more data or more information that you need. And this is just telling me don't jump to any conclusions yet, because there's more info that's needed. You don't have all of the information. There's still a lot that's being uncovered, okay? All right, so that is all that I have for you today. Thank you so much, everybody. Don't forget, check me out on Instagram, subscribe to the channel, make sure that you sign up for my newsletter if you would like more goodies sent to your inbox. You get a reading every Sunday, along with updates as to what it is that I'm offering. So if you would like to stay up to date, go sign up for that. All of the decks that I've used are in the description box as well, and I will talk to you later. Bye-bye.